Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Ice Maker Chronicles. That is what I've decided to do this. Issue number 1, I guess this is. We are playing the Marvel Superheroes basic revised set RPG. We are using the Mythic game deck GM emulator to help us with decisions and what happens, because I am playing this solo. This is a grand experiment. Okay, so before we get going, I would like you to know that this is a grand experiment. I'm just doing this for fun. During the course of this, more than likely, I will be referring to. I have my iPad here that has the Mythic instructions. I've got the rule books over here, so there's going to be a lot of. In these first couple episodes anyway, well, depending on how long Ice Maker survives, there's going to be, it's going to be trial and error, but it's going to be fun. And maybe if you're learning to play this game as well, then, you'll find this helpful. And if you're somebody who knows how to play this game and you see that I'm making horrible mistakes, which I've already done in previous videos, then just let me know. Be sure to, comment. And, the whole thing about this is learning how to play it. I've never played this. So, I made a mistake just in the last video for this because I said that our hero was 13 and something kept nagging at me. And I was like, oh yeah, we said his job was a reporter. So he was from the Kid News, which, that might be fun. See, now I'm thinking it should be from the Kid News. I don't know. I think it's better to have him as an adult because then he can travel. And you know what? Screw it. He's 13. He's 13 and he's in school. The Dynatron techs, his teacher, Mrs. Bruni. And I'm going to say that he has implanted memories of a mother and father. But what happens is he goes to the house where he lives, the apartment where his mother and father live. And when he walks in, he just sort of deactivates. So he has sort of implanted memories of mother and father, but they're not real. It's just when he walks into that apartment, it's the Dynatron techs. And we will say that the main Dynatron tech is named Dimpna Miles. And but there could be other Dynatron techs as well. And of course, with Dynatron, this we could put Dynatron CEO on here too. Okay, so for Mythic, we need to have our sheet here that helps us with our threads and our characters. And we already have a couple of characters that we will see on here. He needs a best friend too. So we'll say Scott Kunkel is his best friend at school. And so I just see him as like a mischievous, like a Encyclopedia Brown type of character. He's got he's a reporter for the Kids News that Mrs. Bruni is in charge of. But let's put a couple of these characters on the list just to be sure. All right, so we've got that would be a 9, and that will be Mrs. Bruni. We have a 12. That will be Scott Kunkel. We have a 16. That will be Dimpna Miles. And I'm just going to put on there Dynatron. Lead tech. I'm going to call her the lead tech. And number 8 will be We're not gonna pick a number 8 right now. We're gonna start small. We're starting with these. The Dynatron CEO is like somebody who could come in later as sort of a heavy bad influence, but I'm gonna mix these up here. All right, so our chaos factor rating is a 5. Now, I will also say that you're not going to see like big. I'm not going to be like crazy narration. We're just going to look at this as sort of, broad strokes. We're going to take the broad strokes of these characters, at least from the beginning. So the first thing we have to do is we have to set the scene. And what is our opening scene? And what is our opening event? And for that, we are going to turn to our cards here, and we're going to draw 3 cards. We're going to draw this one, and this one. So we have the event focus is NPC action. So it's a non-player character action. So that will be one of these characters. And the action is pursue a plot. Pursue a plot. So we're going to randomly pick a card here. We're going to see who the NPC is. And it is number 12, which is Scott Kunkel. That's his best friend, Scott Kunkel. So we are going to say that that Scott Kunkel is on the newspaper as well with Darren, so Scott and Darren, and pursue a plot. There's something happening. There is some sort of, I don't know. There's some sort of thing that's happening in that they want to write a story about. There's some sort of trouble happening somewhere in San Francisco that they want to write about for the school paper. So let's see. We will need to draw a description, and excuse me here while I just look this up. Events, scenes, list management, blah, blah, blah. Descriptions. Description words for answering description questions. Okay, I just want to see. Events, scenes, descriptions. Sometimes you may wish to get descriptions of something in your adventure without using fake questions. Maybe you need to know what a room looks like, how the weather is, how an NPC is dressed. You can ask yes/no questions. Is it raining today? Or you can ask a description question using the Mythic words. Okay. So let's say, should we ask a yes/no question or should we ask a description? I think we should ask a yes/no question. So the yes/no question, our chaos factor is 5, and 1 is any yes. So the question is the thing that they want to investigate, is it a crime? Is there a crime going on that they want to investigate? Yes. Okay, so any yes. So we just got a yes. I forgot that but that's for later. Okay. So we got a yes. So it is a crime. It is a crime. Now we want to describe the crime. So we're going to draw 2 cards and we're going to look at the description. So powerfully ruined. So something in San Francisco was powerfully ruined. Let's say that there was a building in San Francisco, not too far from the school where Scott and Darren go to school. They work there. And they are going to go investigate. They want to know why this building was powerfully ruined. So we will put this on the threads list. So this thread is 17. Why was the building crushed. And we will just say, like, this building just, like, pancaked. Like, it wasn't a fire. There was no earthquake. It was just it was just like somebody took the building and went like that. I got to look up here really quick. Let me see. How... I know this is kind of stupid to do this, but this is how I do this. So this will be a discard pile. This will be the threads deck over here. We have a characters deck, list deck, threads deck, mythic deck. There we go. Okay. So they want to go investigate. So one day after school, Darren, 13-year-old robot Darren, and Scott Kunkel head down to the building. And you know what we need to find out? We need to find out what type of building this was, because maybe that will give us a little clue as to what happened. And so we will draw 2 more description cards. Fortunately rare. Let's say that this was a museum that had rare artifacts in it. And so we can change this already to the museum. And this museum in San Francisco was just flattened, just pancaked. And so Roger and Scott head on out there. And Darren and Scott head on out there. Now, I don't think this is the end of the scene yet. I think we're close to the end of the scene. So they get out to where the museum was. It's only a couple blocks from the school. It doesn't take them too long to get out there. And here's what I want to know. Is there anybody... I mean, of course, this will be like a news story or it'd be big news. It happened. How many days ago did it happen? Let's roll a die. Let's see how. So it happened 9 days ago. Okay, so they go out there to take a look at it, and what I want to know is there anybody out there? Is there any sort of official-looking person? Maybe it's a police officer or a security guard or the curator of the museum. Is there anybody out there? And I'm going to say, with that, given that list of like security guard, policeman, whatever, that it is likely there will be somebody out there. So we will just draw 2 cards, and any yes. There you go. It's a yes. So there is someone out there, and we will say, is it? I'm trying to think. I just don't want to ask a ton of yes or no questions, but we'll say, is it a security guard? Is it a security guard? So again, we're at a 5. So I'm going to say it's likely that it's a security guard. Yes. All right. So there we go. We got any yes on our first roll. So there is a security guard. So let us pick who our security guard is. He's going to be number 13, and his name is going to be John Gilmore, security guard. So they're talking to him, and he's kind of like, these kids are, kind of funny. They're asking questions. They want to write a story for their newspaper. It's funny. Is he humoring them? Is he humoring him? That is the question. So I would say 50-50. Like, is he like, get out of here, kids, or is he like humoring them? So any yes. We only draw 1 card. Any yes. It is a yes. So he is humoring him. Now, Darren asked the question, this building, the building crushing down was so strange. Do they have any leads, any ideas of what possibly happened? And, one of Darren's talents is journalism. So I'm going to say that he asks it in such a way. There's not really a persuasion role, so to speak. But I think that would be intuition, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look up really quick. It was just sort of like a little intuition roll, and maybe he could get a 1 column strength, 1 column thing to his intuition, talents. Yeah. Very karma. Yeah. All right, intuition. Intuition is a combination of wisdom, wits, common sense, and battle savvy. It comes into play when the character tries to find something out that is hidden. So yeah, we're gonna say that he's gonna take a roll here on the charts, and he's gonna ask this security guard, and now of course the gardeners have shown up with the leaf blower. He is gonna ask the security guard, John Gilmore, was there anything mysterious? Was there anything kind of crazy that was found in the rubble? And let's see, Darren's intuition is an excellent, and because he's got a journalism, he is gonna roll. He's gonna get 1+ column shift for remarkable feat, and he's gonna ask this question. So let's see. Oh wait, before we do that, well, I'm gonna say that there has to be something weird about this. All right, so we're gonna roll the remarkable feat. Let's see how he does, and I'm gonna say actually. He's going to spend some karma because we at least want a green. Because he really wants to find out what this is. So we will see here. He doesn't have a lot of karma. He only has 64 karma, but he's going to spend it. And the roll, oh, he should not have spent it. The roll is 99. So he is going to roll, he is going to spend 10 karma. He should have just kept it as it is. He's down at 54 now. So yes, there's something, and John Gilmore is going to tell him. So what is it that he told him about the thing? So we're going to have a description card here, and the description is happily large. Happily large. So what could that mean? We are going to say that... Oh, sorry about this leaf blower coming in right as we're doing this. Happily large. What could that mean? Happily large. Happily large makes me think of, like a big villain like Juggernaut or, Rhino or something like that. Happily large. And you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's say that it was something that the Rhino did. Classic Spider-Man villain, the Rhino. So we're going to say John the security guard tells them, listen, nobody's supposed to know this, but the Rhino was seen out on the street. There was some security cameras at the bank across the street that picked up the Rhino at the front door. And he didn't go in because he was there late at night, but it was obviously the Rhino. He's such a big hulking character. This could be disaster for my robot friend. But they could always reactivate him. He's a robot. But the Rhino walked up to the door, tried the door handles. They think he was just trying the door handles. He was standing at the door for a long time. And then when he turned around, he had a big smile on his face, and he just walked away. And about 5 minutes later, the whole building just flattened. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to end our first issue there on that cliffhanger. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'm going to pause this because the leaf blower is here, but I think that's a good place to end. I think we're going to move our chaos factor up to 6. And there you go. We've got Darren and Scott hot on the heels of the Rhino. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Let me know what you thought of this. If you have ideas of where Darren should go next, maybe you can help be the GM. So leave a comment. Let me know. Of course, I'm going to batch record a bunch of these episodes. So, but anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.